Welcome to Palm Springs Stadium. I am Jack Lennon, here to bring you the coverage of this second game of a doubleheader between the Northstars and the Lumberjacks. Julio Sicairos will take the mound for the Northstars, and he will first square off against Johnson. And Johnson rolls this one on the ground to third. And the quick throw to first is way offline, and Johnson will head for second, and he's going to make it easily as the catcher, Gavin Rodriguez, had to come all the way over to play the ball in foul ground. So into second, Johnson on the E5 to begin this game. So here's Estrada. Here's the defensive alignment for the Northstars behind Julio Sicairos. It'll be in the outfield from left to right, Liberti, Sutton, and Pieri. On the left side of the infield, Logsdon and Payton. And on the right side, Dion Cesario Scott and Gavin Thompson. Here's a flip shot into shallow center field. Falling, base hit for Estrada. So Johnson moves up to third. Estrada takes a wide turn to first. He will head back. So already runners on the corners here in the top of the first. And here's Garcia, the catcher, with two down. So the lineup for the Jacks, it'll be Johnson, Estrada, Garcia. Logan Warden will go fourth. Aziel Villanueva, fifth. Elijah Wyatt, sixth. Guzman Pena, DeSimone. And then Wade will play left field and bat 10th. 0-1 pitch from Sicairos on the ground to third. Could be a pair to second for one. Cesario Scott back to first. In time, double play. A beautiful double play. A run does score, but no RBI for Garcia. So Sicairos will gladly trade the run for the double play. And that run will actually go down as unearned. So even better news for Sicairos. And here is Logan Warden. He takes down low. And Warden on the season hitting an impressive .391. 1-0 pitch, a swing and a miss, 1-1. Aziel or Ozzy Villanueva will follow. He's on deck. Here's the 1-1 pitch. In tight and high, 2-1. So Troy Johnson scores the game's first run. That one off the outside, 3-1. Fastball there. Sicairos' primary pitch is that fastball. Two-two pitch with two down. Swinging a ground ball to third. Logsdon to first in time. Inning over. One run comes across. So it's the Lumberjacks 1. The Northstars coming up here on the PSCL YouTube network. Michael Bonenfant will take the mound here for the Lumberjacks. Coming into this one with a 1-0 record. A 4.50 ERA, 6 innings work. And the first pitch with a fastball is off the outside to Giovanni Liberti, the leadoff left fielder. And after Liberti, it'll be Peyton and then Rodriguez, followed by Cooper Thompson, Dion Cesario-Scott, Jackson Logsdon, swing and a miss. And then Ryder Lambros, Cash Sutton, and Giovanni Pieri. So that's the lineup for the Northstars. Now, the 1-1 pitch to Liberti, up and in, 2-1. Now here's the defensive alignment for the Lumberjacks. It'll be Wade Johnson Estrada in the outfield from left to right, the best assist arm in right. Guzman and Pena on the left side of the infield, DeSimone and Warden on the right side. And Garcia will be in the squad. 2-2 pitch, as that's a called strike. So Liberti in a 2-2 count. The pitch, swing and a miss. He struck him out with a fastball on the inside part of the plate. One away here, bottom one. So up comes Josh Payton with one away. And he takes a called strike. So Bonenfant with the punch out to start things off here. He gets Liberti down on strike. So 1 pitch, swinging a pop up. But back towards us, foul and out of play. It's 0-2. Elijah Wyatt calling the game for Michael Bonenfant. And the 0-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. He struck him out with the breaking ball. 2 down. So Bonenfant with 2 early punch outs, and up comes Rodriguez with 2 down, nobody on. And Rodriguez takes low. It's 1-0 to Gavin Rodriguez. And now Rodriguez will take his timeout. Pardon me, it is not Elijah Wyatt behind the plate today. It's Dylan Garcia. This one is skied into center field by Rodriguez. Still moving back is Johnson. It's off the bottom of the wall. And it's going to kick away from everybody. And coming in to get it is Wade. And stopping at third with a triple is Rodriguez. So that an official hard hit ball. It is 95 miles an hour off the bat. And here comes Cooper Thompson, the first baseman today for the Northstars. And the first pitch to him is a big swing and a miss. It's 0-1. Thompson on the air hitting .385. He's 15 for 39, and he takes a called strike, 0-2. So if Thompson were to reach, Cesario-Scott would be the next man up. Oh, 2. Way inside, 1-2 with the slider. The pitch on the ground to third. Cutting it off there. Guzman throw across the diamond to Warden. Inning over. So Thompson strands a man at third. We go to the top of the second. It's 1-0. Jacks here on the PSCL YouTube network. Ozzy Villanueva, the first man up here in the top of two for the Lumberjacks, who lead 1-0 here from Palm Springs Stadium. And the first pitch from Julio Sakairos is down in the dirt. It's 1-0. On the 1-0 pitch, swing and a miss, 1-1. So Sakairos did not give up a run, an earned run, at least, in the top of the first. A run did come across, but it was Troy Johnson who reached on error who scored. And then in the bottom of the first, Gavin Rodriguez had a 2-out triple and then was stranded on second by Cooper Thompson, who rolled out to third. 2-1 pitch. Skips in the dirt, 3-1. So Villanueva up for the first time. Villanueva also pitches. On the year, has a 7.87 ERA and grounds this one to third. Takes a tough hop off the glove of Logsdon, and that one I assume will be scored in error. We'll see the official ruling, and it is an E5.
Yeah, it's good.
So our official scores have ruled that one a base hit for Ozzy Villanueva. And up comes Elijah Wyatt, and he lines this one to left field. That's a base hit. So 2 on, back-to-back singles against Julio Sakairos. That brings up Carlos Guzman. And Guzman on the air hitting .357 with a .550 on base percentage. Now the first pitch to Guzman is right there for a called strike, 0-1. Oh, one pitch. Swinging a line drive into right center field. That's going to get down for extra bases. This is going to bring home a pair. Coming around third and scoring, Villanueva. Wyatt's going to head home. He will score into third with a triple is Guzman. And the Lumberjacks have extended their lead. It's 3-0. So 3-0 Lumberjacks here, top of 2. So now a timeout called for by the new batter, Giovanni Pena. Pena on the air hitting .318, and he takes down an in. As a team, the Lumberjacks came into this game hitting .358 with a .481 on base average. Really impressive stuff. 1-0 pitch to Pena. Swinging a line drive into right center field, and that'll get down, base hit. Coming in to score on the play, Guzman. It's an RBI single for Pena. It's 4-0 Lumberjacks. So 4 runs on 5 hits. Sakairos looked good in the first. He got the double play ball, a couple of ground outs, and the only run that scored was on an error. And now in the second, it's been a disaster. 3 runs have come across, 4 hits in the inning, nobody out. And all of those hits have been pretty loud contact. And the man off of first will be Pena with good speed for Nicolo DeSimone. Ben Wade, the man on deck. There's the first pitch to DeSimone, and he takes a called strike. It's 0-1. To Nicolo DeSimone, the second baseman. And the pitch, swing and a miss at a high fastball, 0-2. So DeSimone finds himself down in the count. 3 runs already across, nobody out here in the top of the second. It's 4-0 Lumberjacks. If you're just joining us, I'm Jack Lennon. Swing a line drive up the middle on an 0-2 pitch, base hit. Taking a wide turn but pumping the brakes at second is Pena. So the 5th straight hit to open up this inning, 4 of which have been singles. DeSimone is aboard, and that brings up Ben Wade. So 5 straight batters with a hit. Ben Wade with 2 men on takes breaking ball in for a called strike, 0-1. Wade has bounced between the power and the PSCL this season. He played with the power on Wednesday night, was beamed with a pitch in the back of the head. Now the 0-1 pitch to Wade, he takes same exact pitch for a called strike. Same pitch, same result, 0-2. Sam DiMatteo, the head coach of the Lumberjacks. They're the best team in the league so far with only 1 loss. Swinging a high, pop-up, foul, back out of play into Sunrise Park. But I was talking with Sam, and he said that they're looking to recruit from the PSCL over at College of the Desert, where he is the manager. 0-2 pitch. Swinging a line drive up the middle. Could be a pair. And bobbled, but tossed by Peyton to Cesario Scott to get the runner out at second. So they will not get the double play. Probably would have been pretty tough anyway. So Wade goes to first on the fielder's choice. Pena over to third. And now we'll bring up Troy Johnson, who reached on an error and scored a run in the first inning. And the pitch to Johnson is lifted high but not deep into center. Making the catch is Sutton. The throw home is way offline, and coming in to score is Pena. Going to second is Wade. So a fifth run of the inning comes across, but there are now two down. So here's Frank Estrada with Ben Wade taking his lead off of second. Sakairos trying to limit the damage to 4 here in the second inning. Sakairos came into the day with a 3.37 ERA, had started to have a really strong season as he gets Estrada to swing and a miss. But he's gotten roughed up today. And the 0-1 pitch is lined just foul off to the right side. 0-2 to Frank Estrada. Oh, 2 to Frank Estrada from Julio Sakairos. The pitch. Runner goes. Estrada lifts this one into shallow right, starting in, but now staying put. Pieri makes the catch. At long last for Julio Sakairos, the inning is over. So we go to the last of the second. It's the Lumberjacks 5, the Northstars nothing, when we come back on the Power Summer Collegiate League YouTube network. Cesario Scott, Logston in. Ryder Lambros, the first three here in the last of the second for the Northstars, who are trying to make something happen here. Already playing from well behind early on. It's 5-0 Jags. Michael Bonenfant out for his second inning of work, and Cesario Scott takes off the inside. It's 1-0. So for Cesario Scott, who swings and misses, it's been a little bit of a back and forth season, but he's been hot as of late. He's hitting .424 with a 11.21 on base average, tied for the team lead with 11 RBIs, and he takes down and in here 2-1. So Bone Infant delivers to Dion Cesario Scott, who skies this one high and deep into right center field. Back is Johnson. It's off the bottom of the wall. And Cesario Scott will head for third, and he's in with a triple. And a 376-foot triple, 94 miles an hour off the bat. And that ball was skied into right center field, but hit very deep. And here is Jackson Logsdon now with an RBI opportunity to put the Northstars on the board. Here it is, the first pitch in there. Called strike with a slider, 0-1. So here is Logsdon. Logsdon hitting right at the Mendoza line, swings and grounds this one to third, and it's off the glove and bobbled around into the glove of the shortstop, Pena, but there will be no play at first. It'll go down as an E5. So 2 E5s today, one by each team. Logsdon and Guzman have both logged an early error. And that will bring up Ryder Lambros. And Lambros on the year hitting .286. Swinging a high but not deep fly ball to center. Should be more than deep enough to score Cesario Scott. Catch is made by Johnson. Cesario Scott will trot in to home. And the Northstars are on the board. It's 5-1. So great situational hitting there from Ryder Lambros. And up comes Cash Sutton, with Logsdon still leading off of first. So here's Sutton, and the pitch from Bone Infant is right on the inside corner for a called strike. And it's 0-1 to Sutton. Sutton on the air, also hitting at the Mendoza line, 7 for 35 with a .282 on base average and a unsatisfactory .511 OPS. Now he taps this one foul. There's a slider on the inside part of the plate. It's 0-2. So Bone Infant looking for the ground ball to get out of this inning. And he'll have the opportunity to go below the zone, 0-2. That one right there on the outside corner. Pretty good pitch call to ball. It's 1-2. One-two pitch. Foul back off the netting. Sutton is fighting here. Giovanni Pieri, the man on deck, the right fielder. Not to be confused with Giovanni Liberti, who's in the hole, the left fielder. Pitch. Did he go? An appeal? He did not. 2-2. Nothing confusing about that. You got Giovanni Pieri in right, Giovanni Liberti in left. They hit in back-to-back spots in the order. And definitely nothing confusing there. 2-2 pitch to Pieri. Runner goes. Pitches strike 3 called. Throw it down to second is in time. They got him. And so they got the strike him out, throw him out, double play, and that'll end the inning. The Northstars put a run on the board. It's 5-1 Jacks when we come back on the PSCL YouTube network. Dylan Garcia will come up now for the Lumberjacks. 5-1, top 3 here from Palm Springs Stadium. You pitch a big looping curveball by Sakairos just off the outside. It's 1-0. Garcia takes a healthy hack at this one, pops it foul amongst the spectators and out of play. So 1-1 the count. And the pitch. Swinging a line drive up the middle, sinking and in for a base hit. It fell right, maybe about 5 or 6 feet in front of Sutton. So Garcia's got his first knock, and he needed it after the double play in the first inning. And here is Logan Warden. And Warden's 0 for 1 with a soft ground out to third. And Warden takes in the dirt. It's 1-0. So Sakairos, that is 7 hits yielded across 2+ innings. So not his best day. 1-0 pitch. In there, called strike. One the count to Logan Warden. Here's the pitch. And Warden takes a curveball just high, 2-1. Ozzy Villanueva is on deck. Runner goes, pitches outside, throw it on a second is not in time. So swiping second is Dylan Garcia. And Warden is in a favorable hitter's count. It's 3-1. Three-one pitch, and it hits Warden. So Warden takes his base either way. Whether or not that hit him, he would have gotten first. And that brings out Villanueva. Villanueva singled and scored his last time up in the top of the second, a big inning in which the Lumberjacks brought across 4. So facing Sakairos for the second time. There's the first pitch. Did he go around? Yes, he did. It's 0-1. The count to Villanueva. He takes a healthy rip. It's 0-2. So the 0-2 count to Aziel Villanueva. Here's the 0-2 from Sakairos. The pitch. Checked his swing once again. This time actually checked his swing. It's 1-2. That one was a breaking ball, a little bit low. Great 0-2 pitch from Sakairos. So the count moves to 1-2. Runners both go. Pitch to Villanueva is lined in the right field. This could be trouble for the base runners. It's caught. Here's a throw back to second, and it's way off line. Boy, they would have had him. They would have had Dylan Garcia without a shadow of a doubt. Had the throw been on target by Giovanni Pieri. Instead, it was wide to the left, the shortstop side of the second baseman, Cesario Scott. So there is just one away here. And that's the risk you take with a hit and run. As Elijah Wyatt stands in for the second time, and he takes down low. Wyatt, his first time, also singled and scored. Was brought home by the Carlos Guzman 2-run triple. The 1-0 from Julio Sakairos. The pitch down low, 2-0. So Guzman on deck. 2-0 to Elijah Wyatt, and that's a called strike on the outer third. It's 2-1. Two on pitch, runners both go. Wyatt grounds it to third, foul, 2-2. Lumberjacks wearing those dark green, almost a forest green jersey. Elijah Wyatt with a mint green bat, more of a teal, a turquoise kind of bat. And that one is shot on the ground, could be a pair. To second for one, back to first by Cesario Scott, in time, double play. And that will end the inning. Sakairos gets out of the jam scoreless with a flyout and a double play. We go to the last of the third. It's still 5-1 Lumberjacks here on the Power Summer Collegiate League YouTube network. So here is Giovanni Liberti. Scratch that, it'll be Giovanni Pieri. As I said earlier, not at all confusing. And what do I do immediately after? Well, I confuse the two. So that is on me. Here is Pieri, and the first pitch to him is in for a called strike. It's 0-1. And the 0-1 pitch, in for a called strike, 0-2. Oh, 2 pitch. Down low. So here's the 1-2 pitch to Pieri. Swinging a high, semi-deep fly ball to right. Backing up to make the catch, Estrada. One away. So I know a few weeks ago I was telling a story on here about the troubles I had with a door handle. And luckily for me, that door handle has been replaced. So it may not have been my fault after all. Here's the pitch to Liberti. It's a swing and a miss. And that door was giving me some trouble for a few days in a row. And one day, the PSCL director, Tyler Hughes, had to come up and let me in. And I think maybe now, as Liberti grounds out to third, that it wasn't my fault all along. I think the door was the problem, and we have now eliminated the problem. We got a new door installed yesterday. So 2 down for Josh Payton. After the F9 and the 5-3 ground out, nobody on for Payton. Payton is hit by pitch right on the thigh, so he will take first. And here's Gavin Rodriguez with a man on first. And when I began this broadcast, it was a cool 90 degrees outside. It's since gotten up to about 91, 92. But with a breeze, it's been a nice day at Palm Springs Stadium. So, first pitch to Rodriguez is up in the zone, but in there. Called strike, 0-1. So Rodriguez, who had a triple in the first inning but was stranded by Cooper Thompson, is standing in for the second time. Here's a pickoff throw. Back safely, though, is Josh Payton. Payton takes a secondary lead, now retreats back to first. Swing and a miss. He went around, but the pitch skips in the dirt and over the head of the catcher, Garcia. So scooting over to second on the play, Josh Payton. But it's 0-2 to Gavin Rodriguez. RBI opportunity, trying to cut into this deficit a little bit more, are the Northstars. It's 5-1 if you're just joining us. Jacks, Northstars. Jacks lead. They're the visitors today. They struck once in the first inning, 4 times in the second. And the Northstars responded with a run of their own in the bottom half of 2. We are in the last of the third. And here's the 0-2 pitch from Bonifant with 2 down. It's up high, 1-2. And like I mentioned, it's a beautiful day at Palm Springs. We're actually scheduled for a beautiful week over here in the desert. It's not supposed to get above 95 until next Sunday. So the 1-2 pitch up high again. So the next 10 days will be in the low to mid 90s. In fact, Sunday's high will be just 89 degrees. Supposed to get real nice down here in the Colorado desert. 2-2 pitch with 2 down. In there, strike 3 called. So the inning is over for Bonenfant, who escapes the jam. Rodriguez strands Peyton at second. We go to the top of the third. It's 5-1 Jacks here on the PSCL YouTube network. Top 4 here at Palm Springs Stadium. Carlos Guzman will go first for the Lumberjacks. We got a new pitcher for the Northstars. It is Ryko Hamilton, who comes into this game with a 1-0 record, a 16.5 ERA. And that pitch is up high. It's 2-0. Make sure you tune into the Palm Springs Power game tonight at 7 o'clock, the first pitch on YouTube, PS Power Baseball. I will be along for that game. My colleague and friend Sam Egan will be in. And that one is up the middle for a base hit by Carlos Guzman. So he starts off the top of the fourth with a line drive single. And a man on now for Giovanni Pena. But yes, I'll be along on the play-by-play of that game as well. Sam Egan will be doing color commentary. And then I'll be back here in the morning for the PSCL tomorrow on assignment for that power game tomorrow night. Here's the first pitch to Giovanni Pena. It's off the outside. It's 1-0. And there's a called strike. It's 1-1 to Giovanni Pena. So Ryko Hamilton is greeted by Guzman with a base hit. Now he's even 1-1 with Pena. And the pitch is up and in with a slider that never really slid. It's 2-1. So here's a 2-1 pitch. Swing and a miss, 2-2. Boy, fastball came right down the middle from Hamilton, and Pena wanted it. Really took a healthy hack there at a fat fastball. And it is 2-2. Two-two pitch. Well off the outside, 3-2. Three-two pitch. Up and away, ball 4. So Pena takes his base. Free 90 feet for Giovanni Pena. First walk issued by Northstars pitchers today. First walk issued by either team today. So Guzman bumps over to second. And Nicolo DeSimone comes up. And he is 1-for-1 with a base knock. As part of that big second inning. And it was an RBI single for him his first time up. DeSimone shoots this one on the ground to third. Could be a pair. Stepping on the bag for one is Logsdon. Throwing to first. Not in time. So they get the lead runner. Guzman out at third. So now Pena to second. DeSimone to first. And here is Ben Wade. And he reached on a fielder's choice as well. So he's 0 for 1. Swinging a high, pop up very high into shallow right field. Coming in, coming over to make the catch, Pieri, and he does. So 2 down here after Ben Wade's F9, and here is Troy Johnson. Two down for Johnson. Here's a pitch. In there, called strike 0-1. So Ryko Hamilton trying to get out of this jam. 2 men on, 2 men out. This one popped high in the air, foul and back out of play over towards the batting cages. Nothing in 2. Nothing in 2 with 2 down to Troy Johnson. Pitch way inside. One-two pitch to Johnson. Swinging a foul tip back towards us. 1-2 it will remain. Hamilton trying to get out of this inning unscathed. No runs have come across here, top 4. 2 down, runners on first and second. Swinging a looper, foul off to the right side. So fighting is Johnson. Johnson, did he go? He did not. 2-2. So that one was a pretty good pitch. 2-2 with 2 down. 2 runners on, top 4. 5-1 Lumberjacks. Pitch from Hamilton, way off the outside and low. 3-2. So the count runs full. Big time payoff pitch coming for Hamilton if he wants to keep the Northstars in this game. Here's the 3-2. Swing and a miss. He struck him out. Hamilton with his first punch out of the day. That's the first strikeout for Northstars pitching. Hamilton escapes the jam. We go to the last of the fourth. We're halfway through this ball game. It's 5-1 Lumberjacks on the Power Summer Collegiate League YouTube network. Cooper Thompson set to lead things off here in the last of the fourth. It's 5-1. The score still as we head into the middle innings. Ryko Hamilton got out of that big jam in the top of this inning to keep the Northstars within striking distance. So Thompson steps in. He's 0 for 1 with a rollout to third. That stranded Gavin Rodriguez, the catcher, at third base and ended the first inning. So here's the pitch. And it's off the inside. It's 1-0. One-0 pitch. In there, called strike, 1-1. Still Bonin fan here in the bottom of the fourth as he spikes this one in the dirt. It's 2-1 to Cooper Thompson with Cesario Scott, the man on deck. Line drive to second over the head of DeSimone. This one's going to roll all the way to the warning track. And jogging slowly, ever so slowly into second is Cooper Thompson. Was kind of jogging the whole way. So here is Dion Cesario Scott. So Cesario Scott with an RBI opportunity. He's the only one who scored a run for the Northstars today. He had a triple. And he takes a rip at this one, and it's going to fall. Base hit. Stopping at third is Thompson. That one just drops right behind third base. So a knock for Cesario Scott, and the Northstars have something brewing here, bottom four. That'll bring up Jackson Logsdon, who reached by an error his first time and then was caught stealing. As a part of that strike him out, throw him out, double play. The strikeout by Bonenfant, the throw out by Dylan Garcia. Here's the first pitch from Bonenfant. It's up high. And it's 1-0. So Sam DiMatteo will come out to have a talk with Michael Bonenfant. And in my baseball career, which was very short, I was not much the bat. Never hit a home run. I think I ever only hit one extra base hit. And if anything, a contact hitter, but a contact hitter who couldn't make contact. And one time I hit a gnarly streak where I believe I was 0 for my last 11. And needless to say, at the end of that season, I quit the sport. So it's 1-0 to Jackson Logsden. And he lines this one fouled on the third base line. All this to say, the patience and discipline of the hitters at this level of play is so tough, and it's admirable. Something that I could never quite master, never even become a novice at. So it's 1-1 to Jackson Logsden. 1-1 pitch is skied back towards us. This one's going to be really close, and it's going to fall into the bleachers. And yelling at me to make a play was my producer, Ethan Oliveris. And I think his expectations for me are a tad high.
I heard it hit your nose. Remember that broadcast? Hit your nose? I said, yeah, I'd rather your face than the computer.
He reminded me of such a nice moment where he told me he'd rather have a foul ball hit my face than his computers. That one is high and in. It's 2-2. Gee, what a good friend. So Logsden evens the count. And we have had some funny moments on the mic together. So make sure you tune into Palm Springs Power Games Tuesday, Wednesday, Friday, Saturday at 7 o'clock, as that one is swung on a miss for strike 3. Logsden down on 6 pitches. One away here with runners in the corners, and that's exactly what Bonenfant needed there, was the punch out. So here's Ryder Lambros. And the pitch up high. Lambros has got a sacrifice fly his first time up. And it's 1-0 to him. Runners on the corners. One out. The pitch. Lambros swings and misses on a fastball. 1-1. One pitch to Lambros. Swing and a miss. 1-2. So Bonenfant really getting back in a groove here. His 5th strikeout of the day was Logsden. And now the 1-2 to Lambros. The pitch. Got him looking with the fastball up and away, right on the outside corner. So Lambros, the second strikeout victim of Bonenfant. And here is Cash Sutton. Two down, runners on the corners. That one off the inside to Sutton. It's 1-0. Last of the 4th, 5-1. Northstars trail the Lumberjacks. A pitch, swing and a miss. 1-1 pitch, swinging a line drive base hit to right center field. Coming in to score is Cooper Thompson. And the Northstars have cut back into the lead. It's 5-2. So a 2-out single. Cash Sutton comes through. And now still 2 men on for Giovanni Pieri. His first pitch strike to Pieri. It's 0-1. The 0-1 pitch spiked in the dirt. It's 1-1. Giovanni Pieri at the plate, and he takes up high. Garcia with a nice snag behind the dish. It's 2-1. Down low, 3-1. But yes, I quit baseball after a long hitless streak to cap off a long season, and eventually pursued basketball as that one's fired in for a strike, a sport that I was much better at. But I always longed to play football, a game that my mother would never let me pursue. So thanks for that, Mom. 3-2 pitch. Here it is. Swinging a high pop-up. Not at all deep. Behind third. This is going to be a tough play. Running over and making the catch, Guzman. Inning over. So 1 run does come across. But after that, Bonenfant escapes. We go to the top of inning number 5, where it's 5-2. The Lumberjacks lead the Northstars here on the Power Summer Collegiate League YouTube network. Frank Estrada to lead things off here. Top 5. Lumberjacks lead the Northstars 5-2. And Rico Hamilton back out for his second inning of work on the hill. And here's the first pitch, and it's off the inside, but called a strike. It's 0-1. So it'll go Estrada, Garcia, Warden. 2, 3, and 4 for the Lumberjacks here. This one is high. That one off the inside, 2-1. You'd think with a team name like the Lumberjacks, this would be a team from Eureka, California, or Sequoia, California, or maybe even Watsonville, as this one is lined into right center field for a base hit. Cutting it off is Pieri and holding Estrada at first. But no, it's Palm Springs, California. Don't see a ton of Lumberjacks around these parts in the Colorado Desert. Not to be confused with the Mojave Desert. And a common misconception about this place is that it's in the Mojave. Not true. The Mojave Desert is home to Joshua Tree, the city, and the national park. A place which I enjoyed just a few days ago. A wonderful, absolutely stunning part of our great state. But common misconception is that the Mojave also includes Palm Springs, Cathedral City. That would be incorrect. These are part of the Colorado Desert. 0-1 pitch 2. Dylan Garcia is roped down the left field line, way back, off the top of the wall. And into third on the Garcia double is Frank Estrada. So 2 on for the Lumberjacks. 100 miles an hour off the bat of Frank Garcia. And that is part of why a run did not come across the score, because it was just smoked. And that is an official hard hit ball. So the ball has to be 95 plus off the bat in order to be considered an official hard hit ball. That one hit 100. And that's one of the hardest hit balls we've seen in the PSCL all season long, as this one is off the outside. So 2 hits have runners in scoring position. A pair of them here to begin inning number 5. And here is Logan Warden with Villanueva on deck. Warden lines this one to left field. That's a base hit. It's going to score at least 1. Putting up the stop sign at third, Sam DiMatteo, so Garcia will stop there. But Frank Estrada scores at 6-2. So an RBI knock for Logan Warden. And now a meeting on the mound for Rico Hamilton. Between the manager, the catcher, and Rodriguez, and Hamilton, the pitcher. Now the home plate umpire going to come out and say, "Wrap it up, dudes." So the manager and Rodriguez depart. And it'll be Aziel Villanueva, the batter, after Warden's base hit. So Villanueva, then Elijah Wyatt. And then Carlos Guzman, who's 2 for 2 with a pair of RBIs. So here's Villanueva. He's 1 for 2 with a base hit and a run scored. First pitch by Hamilton is low. 1-0 is low and away, 2-0. Two-0 pitch. In tight. 3-0. That one was actually called a strike, so it's 2-1. Boy, that was a very low strike, to put it kindly. 2-1. Pitch. Swing and a miss. 2-2. Two pitch to Ozzy Villanueva. Here it is. Strike 3 called, and Villanueva cannot believe it. So one away here as Hamilton gets the punch out. It's his second. So here is Elijah Wyatt. Wyatt's 1 for 2, a base hit and a run scored. And Wyatt takes well off the inside. It's 1-0. Hamilton trying to get the ground ball to get out of this, as the batter Wyatt and the runner at first, Warden, neither have fantastic speed. There's a called strike. One pitch from Ryko Hamilton. Runner goes for second. Here's a throw down, and this is not going to end well for Warden. He is tagged out, but coming across from third to score on the play, Dylan Garcia. So it's 7-2. The run traded for the out. The pitch off the outside. 2-2. To Elijah Wyatt. Elijah Wyatt is the bullpen catcher for the Palm Springs Power. Speaking of the Palm Springs Power, we'll be live at 6:52 p.m. tonight for our pregame. I will be along with my colleague Sam Egan, who will be in. So now it's 3-2 to Elijah Wyatt with 2 down. Here's a payoff pitch from Ryko Hamilton, who steps off. Now comes back on. 3-2, 2 down. On deck is Carlos Guzman. He's had a great day. Triple, a run scored, 2 runs batted in. Wyatt grounds this one to third. Coming in to make the play. Logs in his long throw to first. In time, a shoe-high catch by Cooper Thompson. So we go to the last of the 5th inning. It's 7-2. The Northstars trail the Lumberjacks here on the Power Summer Collegiate League YouTube network. We got a new pitcher for the Lumberjacks. It's Bo Kerr. Kerr, 9.2 innings pitched. 2 starts, a win, a save. A 1.86 ERA, a 1.34 whip. Second on the team in both categories behind... Pardon me, third on the team in both categories behind Gavin Thunstrom and Zachary Bernston. 1-0 pitch off the outside, 2-0. So Bo Kerr's had a really good year as the tertiary arm for this Lumberjacks team. 2-0 pitch to Giovanni Laberti, who goes after this one for a strike, 2-1. We got someone warming up in the Northstars pen. It is Cash Sutton. 2-1 pitch. Swing and a miss, 2-2. So 2-2 is the count from Bo Kerr. On the ground to short. Going to be a tough play. Scooped and bobbled and thrown out by Pena. And Pena recovered really nicely there to make a thigh-high scoop and transfer it to the throwing hand for a nice 6-3 putout. And here is Josh Payton. Payton is 0 for 1 with a strikeout and a hit by pitch. And the first pitch to Payton is on the outer third for a called strike. It's 0-1. Oh, 1 pitch. Down low, 1-1. One is the count. The pitch, swinging a ground ball right back to the pitcher Carr, who underhand tosses it to first. Warden secures it. 2 down. So it's actually now Ozzie Villanueva playing first for the Lumberjacks. He comes in for Logan Warden. And up comes Gavin Rodriguez. Rodriguez is 1 for 2 with a triple and a strikeout. And he goes after the first pitch and lines it. Fouled on the right side and up over the fence. Oh, 1 pitch. Line shot right to the exact same part of the yard. 0-2. Oh, 2 with 2 down to Gavin Rodriguez. Tapped foul on the slider. Oh, 2. Down low. 1-2. One-two pitch, tapped foul. So staying alive is Gavin Rodriguez. So Carr 1 strike away from getting out of this inning. 1-2-3. Here's the pitch. Low in the dirt and off the backstop. 2-2. 2-2 with 2 down, nobody on. Bottom of inning number 5, the Northstars trail 7-2. Here's the pitch. Right back up the middle. Speared by Pena, who makes a nice throw to first in time to get the speedy Rodriguez. The inning is over. We head to the top of the 6th. It's 7-2. Lumberjacks still lead here on the PSCL YouTube network. So in steps Carlos Guzman to lead things off here, top 6. Takes a strike. On the ground to short. And Peyton bobbles it. Now a long throw to first. Scooped by Thompson in time. One away. So Guzman, the victim of a 6-3 put out here, is Giovanni Pena. Pena has not gotten out yet. He's 1 for 1 with a single, an RBI, a walk, a run scored. He's done it all on the base paths. And here's the pitch from Ryko Hamilton. It's off the outside. No action in either bullpen currently. Here's the 1-0. Shot back foul off the netting, 1-1. Pena, DeSimone, Wade. Coming up. And the 1-1 from Hamilton is off the inside, 2-1. Hamilton, all things considered, hasn't pitched poorly. It's just he's missed some of his spots with that breaking ball. 2-1 pitch. Swinging a tapper, foul. Two-two. The count from Ryko Hamilton to Giovanni Pena. Here it is. Swinging a high pop-up. Shallow right, coming in. Pieri makes the running catch. Nice play by Gio Pieri in foul grounds, 2 down. So much smoother innings so far from Ryko Hamilton, and here is Nicolo De Simone. Two down, top 6. Lumberjacks lead 7-2. I'm Jack Lennon. On site producing is Ethan Oliveris. And there's a called strike. Oh, 1. Well off the outside, 1-1. Pitch. Grounded foul off to the left. 1-2 the count. So 1-2 with 2 down to Nicolo Di Simone. Lefts this one off the outside. It's 2-2 with 2 down. Off the outside, 3-2. Three-two the count to Di Simone. The pitch on the ground towards second. Cesario Scott flips to Thompson. Inning over. We go to the last of the 6. 7-2 the score in favor of the Lumberjacks here as we go to the last of the 6 on the PSCL YouTube network. Cooper Thompson set to lead things off here, bottom 6. First pitch from Bo Carr is up. It's 1-0. That's down low, it's 2-0. And that's off the outside and up. It's 3-0 quickly from Carr to Cooper Thompson, who hasn't had the bat leave his shoulder yet. So a 3-0 count to Cooper Thompson. The pitch, a called strike, 3-1. And there again, 3-2. If you're just joining us, it is the Northstars trailing the Lumberjacks 7-2 here on the PSCL YouTube network. I am Jack Lennon. Thank you so much for coming along. 3-2, tapped foul. My colleague and friend Ethan Oliveris called the first game between the Haymakers and the Bootleggers and did a, as always, wonderful job calling that game. So 3-2 the count. Swinging a shot foul over towards Sunrise Park. And it's still 3-2. To Cooper Thompson, here's the pitch. Swinging a high fly ball out to right center field. That one's going to get down for extra bases. It'll kiss up off against the very bottom of the wall. Thompson again jogging into second lightly. He's in with a double. It's his second of the day. And that'll bring up Dion Cesario Scott, who is 2 for 2 with a triple and a base hit. Here's a pitch. And it's up and away to Cesario Scott, 1-0. Thompson leading off of second with nobody out here. Swing and a miss. It's 1-1. That one low and away, 2-1. Two-one the pitch to Cesario Scott. He takes. Ooh, just a little bit low and away, I suppose. 3-1 the count. With a runner off of second. We are in the bottom of the sixth. It's 7-2 Lumberjacks. Northstar trying to cut into that lead. 3-1. Cesario Scott takes. Ball 4 high. So Northstar's trying to get a rally going. First two hitters reach, and here's Jackson Logsdon. Logsdon's 0 for 2. He reached on an error and struck out. Was also caught stealing, so hasn't been the best day for Logsdon. 2 men on base. Nobody out. The pitch. Down low. To Logsdon. Sam DiMatteo will come out now, the head coach for the Lumberjacks, for a quick discussion. Garcia, the catcher, will also come in. So Dylan Garcia, Sam DiMatteo, Bo Carrer having a conference on the mound. Now urging them to wrap things up is the home plate umpire. I can't imagine that's a walk the umpire likes to make. You got a bunch of people on the mound conferencing, most of the time, which all three of are bigger than you. And you got to go have the joy of going up there and saying, hey guys, can we hurry this thing up? So it's 1-0 to Logsdon as he steps back in. And the pitch, just off the inside, 2-0. To a pitch. Down low in the dirt. So 3-0 the count to Jackson Logsdon from Bo Carrer. Here's the pitch. In there for a called strike right on the outside. So 3-1 to Logsdon. Lombros, Sutton, and Pieri will follow. 3-1. On the ground could be a pair. Second for one. Back to first. Not in time. So Carrer flips to Pena for the 1-6 putout on a fielder's choice. And up comes Ryder Lambros. And Lambros is 0 for 1 with a sac fly and a strikeout. So ground ball, hard enough, will still get Carr out of this inning. Pitch, swinging a high, pop-up. This ain't going to move anybody in. Warden makes the catch as he falls to the ground. Warden had lost it in the sun, and he was moving over and doing the pop-up dance. And he made the nice catch, battling the sun. And there are 2 away, so a non-productive out for Lambros means 2 down here for Cash Sutton, who's 1 for 2 with an RBI single. Two on, 2 out. Bottom 6. Northstars need a run desperately here as Sutton calls for timeout. The pitch in there, called strike, 0-1. So Cash Sutton takes in a called strike, 0-2. So 0-2 with 2 down to Cash Sutton. Sutton had a key base hit to keep the inning alive with 2 outs in a similar situation in the 4th inning. 2 on, 2 out, 2 strikes. The pitch, swinging a high fly ball, carded to right, moving over Estrada, but he will not be able to get there, and it falls out of play. Northstars trying to get back in this one with a extra base hit from Sutton. Swinging a chopper foul. Oh, 2. Down low. Here's a 1-2 pitch from Bo Carr. Skips in the dirt, gets away, and breaking for second, and making it there is Cesario Scott. So now 2 in scoring position, and a base hit will bring both in. So it's 2-2 with 2 outs, 2 men on. Bottom 6. Both runners in scoring position. It's Thompson leading off of third, Cesario Scott leading off of second. Cash Sutton at the plate. 2 down. The pitch, swinging a high pop-up. Behind short, into shallow left goes Giovanni Pena. He makes the catch. And once again, the Northstars strand a pair. We go to the final frame. It's 7-2. The Lumberjacks lead the Northstars here on the Power Summer Collegiate League YouTube network. Ben Wade will come up for the Lumberjacks to start off the top half of the 7th. It's still 7-2 Jacks here in the final frame. We got a new pitcher for the Northstars. It's Cash Sutton, and his first pitch is way off the outside, ball 1. Sutton coming into this one with a 3.18 ERA, 5 2/3 innings pitched, 9 batters faced. Scratch at 22 batters faced. Here's a pitch, swinging the ground ball to second. Cesario Scott flips to Thompson, 1 away. So here is Troy Johnson. Johnson comes up for the 4th time. He's 0 for 2 with a sac fly. RBI, a run scored, a strikeout. And he reached on an error. And the pitch to him is in with a looping breaking ball for a called strike. It's 0-1. So for the Northstars, it was first Julio Sakairos, who, if everything holds, will collect the loss. There's a slider on the outside corner for a called strike 2. Following Sakairos was Ryko Hamilton, and now Cash Sutton. Sutton's 0-2. Tapped foul. So 0-2 the count to Cash Sutton. And Johnson grounds this one to third. Throw from deep third is way high and off the photo box. So safe at first is Troy Johnson on another E5. That's the 2nd time he's reached by error today. So 3 errors today combined amongst the 2 teams, and all 3 of them have come from third baseman. So 1 by Logsdon, 2 by Carlos Guzman. And here is Frank Estrada. Ground ball, but playing the steal was Cesario Scott. So everybody's going to be safe. Could have been a double play ball had the infield been at DP depth. Instead, it's a base knock for Frank Estrada. So here is Dylan Garcia. He is 2 for 3 with a run scored, a double, a single, and a stolen base. And he takes the first pitch in there with a breaking ball for a called strike. It's 0-1. Oh, 1 pitch. Right there for a called strike once again. 0-2. Ground ball still gets Sutton out of this inning. Oh, 2. On the ground, could be a pair. To second for 1, Cesario Scott, and that's all they'll get. So a 6-4 fielder's choice, and there's 2 away for Logan Warden. Warden's 1 for 2. A base hit, a hit by pitch. A ground out to third, and he was caught stealing his last time on base. Runner goes from first. Pitch is called a strike, and getting into second without a throw is Frank Estrada. Pardon me, it's Dylan Garcia. So Garcia now with a pair of stolen bases, and here is the 0-1 pitch to Logan Warden from Cash Sutton. Off the outside and low, 1-1. Ziel Villanueva on deck. if Warden can reach. One pitch. Off the outside. 2-1. Two and one, the count. Swing and a miss, 2-2. So Sutton evens the count with Warden. Got to attack the hitter here, down by 5. But trying to keep this lead right where it is. Here's a 2-2 pitch. Can he do it? Not this time. Up high, 3-2. Cash Sutton. The pitch. Ball 4. So Warden takes the walk and he loads the bases for Ozzie Villanueva. And Villanueva is 1 for 3. Scored a run and he's struck out. And the pitch. Off the outside and it gets away from the catcher. Rodriguez coming in to score. Johnson. Moving up to third. Garcia up to second. Warden. And it's 8-2. Here's a pitch. Tapper to third. The throw to first by Logsdon. In time to Thompson. Inning over. 1 run does come across. We go to the last of the 7th. It's 8-2. And we'll see if the Lumberjacks pitching staff can close it out on the other side of this break on the PSCL YouTube network. Giovanni Pieri will lead things off here. Bottom 7, the final chance for the Northstars, and he takes up and in with a fastball, 1-0. So it is Bo Carr out to complete this game for the Lumberjacks, and his 1-0 pitch is way inside to Pieri. 2-0. Pitch right there, called the strike. 2-1. So Carr trying to go 1-2-3 and just get this game over with for the Lumberjacks. Northstars trying to mount a miraculous comeback. Here's a pitch up high. Speaking of miraculous comebacks, I witnessed one and was on the call for one the other day. The Coyotes, this one's called the strike, trailed the Chill by a score of 7-1 going into the final frame, as this one's cut on and missed, strike 3. So Pieri down on strikes. He's 0 for 3 now, and that brings up Liberty. Liberty's also 0 for 3. They were down 7-3 going into the bottom of the 9th. They were down 7-1 going into the bottom of the 8th. Pardon me, the bottom of the 6th. Scored 7 unanswered runs between the bottom of the 6th and the 7th and walked it off. So not ruling anything out here for the Northstars. This one is skied. It popped up, foul, back over our heads. And it lands nicely into Sunrise Park. It's 0-1. Sunrise Park has become a popular spot for baseballs over the last couple of weeks, ever since the Power kicked off their season May 29th. And that was almost a month ago now. Pretty crazy how time flies when you're having such fun at Palm Springs Stadium, as that one is in the dirt. I sure have a lot of fun calling these games, and I speak for my colleagues too as well. We really enjoy, all of us, what we do. 1-1 pitch to Gio Liberty. Swing on and fouled off to the right side, out of play. 0-2. One-two pitch. Swinging a foul back over my head once again. That one right there, strike 3 called. So speaking of all the foul balls that are sprayed all over this yard, one of our game day operations interns, Trevor Bannis, left the other day from the ballpark, and as he was leaving the park, he walks over to his car and sees a big crack in the windshield. That one is low, and signs in the parking lot that say park at your own risk, and that's just part of the game. So if you ever do work at a baseball stadium, be wise about where you park your car. 1-0 to Josh Payton. Payton is 0 for 2. He was hit by a pitch in the 3rd, and he takes a strike here. It's 1-1. This one lined towards right and leaping for it and not getting it. DeSimone into right field, base hit. So Payton extends the game at least for one more hitter. And up comes Gavin Rodriguez. Rodriguez has 1 for 3 with a triple. That triple was the first scoring opportunity the Northstars really had, but Rodriguez was stranded by way of a Cooper Thompson ground out with 2 outs. So up now for the 4th time is Rodriguez. First pitch to him is off the outside, 1-0. One-0 pitch from Bokar. Line back off the netting. 1-1. Leading off of first is Payton. If you're the Northstars with 2 out here, you don't worry about the fact that you're down 6 runs. You just try and put the ball in play and see what can happen. Try and pass the baton to the next guy in line, and the next guy in line is Cooper Thompson. 1-1 pitch, spiked in the dirt, and it skips over the netting. And right next to 2 young ladies sitting in the front row, so taking 3rd on the ball out of play is Josh Payton. And now the home plate umpire will tell him, no, go back to second. So reluctantly, Peyton turns around and heads back to second base. But in the scoring position he is now for the upcoming 2-1 pitch to Rodriguez. Two-one. Off the outside, 3-1. So 3-1 the count to Gavin Rodriguez. He swings and tattoos this one to left. Moving back on it now underneath it to make the catch. Way. The ball game is over. The final line score, it's the visiting Lumberjacks. 8 runs on 12 hits and 1 fielding error. They take the win over the home team, the Northstars, who had 2 runs on 6 hits and 2 fielding errors. The winning pitcher is Michael Bonenfant, who went 4, gave up 2, and struck out 6. And the losing pitcher is Julio Siqueiros, who went 3 and gave up 4 earned runs on 7 total hits. Thank you so much for joining us here from Palm Springs Stadium. Ethan Oliveris has been the on-site producer. I've been Jack Lennon. Thank you so much for joining us on the PSCL YouTube network. Be sure to tune into the PSCL again tomorrow right here on the PSCL YouTube network and the Palm Springs Power, where our pregame show will begin at 6:52 p.m. local time on PS Power Baseball YouTube. Thank you so much for joining us. Once again, I have been Jack Lennon. As always, have a wonderful rest of your day and go Power.